Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. 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 Testing. Hello once again, Shaker Heights Varsity hockey fans, and welcome back to the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena here in Strongsville, Ohio. Today we are set for Game 1 of Shaker Heights' run in the Walsh Jesuit Greg Shupe Memorial Tournament. It's a large name, we know, but it is to commemorate Greg Shupe of Walsh Jesuit's history. 3 more minutes left on the warm-ups, and we are going to get set for puck drop. Shaker Heights is going to be the home team there in the white and red. Walsh Jesuit in the brown and yellow. So Shaker Heights enters into this tournament. It's a 4-team tournament. They are 13th in the state. Walsh Jesuit second behind them in this tournament. They enter in at 23rd in the state. Then in 25th, it's going to be Rocky River. 27th is Menor. Those are the 4 teams. Shaker, Walsh, Menor, and Rocky River. Tomorrow, Shaker will be facing off against Rocky River around the same time. That's going to be at 1:10. And then on Sunday, we've got an early morning at the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. It's going to be a 9:10 puck drop. Now, again, the last tournament, the Padua Holiday Tournament, Shaker Heights was set to play Olentangy Liberty and the Patriots. However, that game was that game was canceled due to electrical problems here at the Auto Mart Arena. And that is due to what we believe to be a transformer blowing out on the street of Strongsville, and that took out most of the electricity in this arena. Luckily, we're back. Well, actually, University School was able to finish off with their championship of the tournament as they were able to get the later puck drop going at 12:30. We can assume that the problems were solved. If not, they played it at a different setting. But at the time in which Shaker was supposed to face off against Olentangy Liberty, it was just not exactly a safe environment for Shaker and the Patriots of Liberty. But here we are. We're back. We are safe. We are healthy. However, the team isn't exactly healthy as we look at the depth of the lineup. That first line of offense going to be the exact same. It's going to be Sammy Gerber, Connor Mayhew, and Will Brokaw. That second line going to look a little different. Ryan Kilt's not dressing. I believe he is out of town, but taking his place is going to be Sebi Juan on that second line with Ryan Lenahan and Joey Moore. That third line of offense, Ian Hunter, started the season off as a defenseman. He's moved to become a forward. And that third line is going to look like Ian Hunter, Colin Arth, and Aiden Sim. And that fourth line is going to be number 11, Lowell Rich. He's taking the spot of Braden White. White is out. He unfortunately did break his hand. At least I talked to him before this game, and that is what he told me. And Lowell Rich is going to be wearing number 11. Number 35 is supposed to be Charlie Hewlett. And Ian Schneiberg, number 25, in that fourth line as well. On the defensive side of things, the first line going to be Quentin Garnett and Cole Richard once again. The second line, however, going to be Cam Mayhew and Jonathan Kalergis. The third line, Teddy McGinnis and Andy Benincasa. Number 28, Elliot Hanna, has been elevated from JV to become that 7th defenseman available for the Red Raiders. Now, getting the start today should be Michael Better, number 32. Backing him up, going to be Nico Daenerys. Daenerys had a great run in that Padua Holiday Tournament. Some incredible saves against Sylvania Northview and against Findlay. Both were victories in the end for the Red Raiders. Shaker looks to replicate that same kind of success. Now, Shaker actually all up against huddling around the net. Will Brokaw staying at center ice. Not exactly sure why, but he's not in the huddle for the Red Raiders. Perhaps just staring down the men of brown and yellow. And now he actually goes to speak over to one of the Walsh players. And he gets the warm-up pucks. That's what he's collecting in the bucket. Don't worry, not too concerning for number 13, Will Brokaw. He also had a great run in the Padua Holiday Tournament. And with that, happy holidays, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah to those who celebrate. Here we are We're back with high school hockey. Not a lot of sports going on right after Christmas, but here in Northeast Ohio, we have some good high school level ice hockey. Shaker getting set against the rivals of Walsh Jesuit. This does not go as Great Lakes Hockey League play. However, these two are known rivals in that GLHL. We are getting set for puck drop. And the face-off won by Shaker, and we are underway. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Vaughn Ullum. They will dump it right in to the Walsh Jesuit zone. Oh, it's whiffed upon. And Shaker looking to get set early. Once again, the Raiders find themselves 13th in the state as a whole, not just OHSAA rankings. That's state as a whole rankings. Walsh Jesuit all the way back at 23rd. That may not seem like that much of a deficit, only 10 spots. But in Northeast Ohio, those top, what seems like 15, are a very elite group of teams. And now it looks like Shaker's going to the box early with a tripping call in that corner. Will Brokaw heading to the box early for the trip, and Shaker's going to have to prove their penalty kill early. However, their penalty kill has been absolutely phenomenal throughout that Padua Holiday tournament, throughout the Rocky River tournament, throughout the Thornton Park tournament, and as we saw against that last game against Findlay, Findlay went 0-6 on the power play. We'll see if Shaker can replicate that success. Once again, that was Nico Daenerys in the net. Michael Better, however, getting the start today in the crease. In the corner, Garnett trying to clear it out, but it's kept over along the boards by number 24. Back to the corner we go. Here's a shot from 24, and that goes just a bit too high. He was close to sneaking that in, maybe going bar down, but just cannot connect. Number 24 rips another shot. Good blocker save. Number 24, that's Nick Venegum. And he's back with it at the point. Will he rip another shot? He will. Will be tipped by number 12. I think that's what he was looking for. Number 12 looking for a good elevated shot. Here's another shot from the blue line. Michael Better under fire in there. Garnett trying to clear it out, but it's over the glass and up into the netting, so it's going to go out of bounds, and we await the face-off. Once again, we know here at the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena we had a lot of difficulties over in that East rink today, some connection difficulties here in the West rink as well. And we have also just a bit of holiday jitters. We left our camera equipment back at Shaker Heights, the home of Shaker Heights. They deserve it more, perhaps, but that explains our fidgety camera work here today at the BAM Arena. Our apologies. But they're a big hit. I believe that there was Cole Richard, and yes, it was. He'll knock the stick off of Kuhn as well. And Kuhn's gets up along the boards in the neutral zone. He'll join the play, but he is a little banged up. Spring has it. He'll send this one around the boards, and it'll go right onto the stick of Andy Benincasa. That third line of defense not out in its entirety. It's just Benincasa, and Richard remains out there. Now will Lenahan skate it out. Yes, he will. Off the backhand. Moore is out there as well, but now he'll hop off. Lenahan along the blue line. He's looking to dump it into that corner, but instead number 7, Spring, going to pick it up. He'll send it right to Cam Mayhew. Mayhew off the backhand, and number 20 of Walsh Jesuit can't pick it up cleanly. Number 20, that's Pulley. And now he'll send this one all the way around the boards of the Shaker zone. Cam Mayhew looking to send it up to Ian Hunter. Hunter struggles with it. Now a cross-ice pass is going nowhere. It's Dalton. Dalton, number 12. He gave the Raiders some problems last season against the Red Raiders. We'll see what he can do. Here's a shot from the blue line. And rebound given up. And now looking for a wraparound. Michael Better gets there in time. Number 11 skates a circle around the zone. Now back to 24. Over to 6. Number 5, that's Coons. And around the boards we go. It's into that corner to the left side of Michael Better. Good stick work by Cam Mayhew, but Shaker just cannot clear it out. Still feels like it's a power play for Walsh. Back up to the point. It's with 24. He'll rip a shot. And that one's blocked by a Red Raider out in front. I believe that was Cam Mayhew. Teddy McGinnis trying to clear it out. A pair of freshman defensemen out there, but as this one sent down the ice, it'll be an icing and Shaker's going to get some much-needed changes. My goodness, number 24, Nick Vittigam, for this Walsh team, has already ripped about 5 shots. Some of them blocked, some of them on net, some of them tipped, but number 24, watch out for him. Nick Vittigam, has had such an incredible start to this game. Now here's Mayhew, Connor Mayhew working with Sammy Gerber. Here's a dump into the corner. Mayhew looking to center it back over to either Will Brokaw or Sammy Gerber. Now they're pushing Sammy Gerber down to the ice. We'll see if we might get a penalty here, but I'm not sure we will. Oh, we get a cross check. And we will see who's sent to the box. It will be a cross check. And there's that man we just mentioned, number 24, Nick Vittigam. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. If not, I sincerely apologize to Nick's family. Ryan Lenahan to take this face-off. It's to the left side of the goaltender. Walsh will win it. Can they clear it out? Not yet. Garnett holds it, sends it to Moore. Moore looking for a shot, probably to get tipped, but it's blocked before it can get to the front of the net. 10:48 left to go in period number 1. Clearing attempt, not going to work out. Moore keeps it in. Brokaw holds it in the corner, the opposite corner from where Joey Moore stood. Centering pass. Looking to Sammy Gerber. He'll take a shot. He can't find the puck on his stick. Back to Moore. Up at the point. Moore sends it back to the boards. To Gerber. Gerber back up to the blue line. Point to point we go. Moore takes a shot. Good save with the pad by 31, the goaltender. Here's a great pass. Quinn Garnett takes a shot. A rebound chance. And a rebound can't find its way through. Great keeping by Brokaw. Number 19 was looking to skate it out. Here's a rebound chance for Lenahan. And he can't find a good chance off of Sammy Gerber's shot. This one glides into the corner. That same group of 5 remain out for the Raiders, but now Walsh finally gets a clear. Here it's Moore in the corner, pickpocketed. Number 11 looking for a shot. He's taken down to the ice, no call, and into the corner. The puck goes right to Quentin Garnett. Garnett skates around in the Red Raiders zone. Now behind the net of Michael Better, he'll keep it in the name of security. Now to co-defenseman Jonathan Kalergis. Off the boards, he was looking all the way up to Captain Sammy Gerber. It is out of his reach. 9:25 left to go in period number 1. 20 seconds left to go on Vanigam's penalty. Michael Better just going to hang on to this one, it looks like. The referee took a long time to blow the whistle. Took him about 5 seconds to do so. Perhaps a bit surprised that Michael Better held on to the puck there to freeze it on the power play, but freeze it he did. And we await the faceoff. It's to his right side. Sprang comes out of the faceoff with it. He'll take a shot, and I believe that hit a stick out in front. But Michael Better had a good look on it. He'll hang on to it, and we await a faceoff. 9 seconds left to go on Nick Vanigam's penalty. Face-off, won by Cole Richard. He'll take it behind the net. The freshman goes defenseman to Kalergis. Kalergis sends it up to his former co-defenseman, Ian Hunter. But now, once again, he is acting now as a forward. Here's a shot from Jonathan Kalergis. It is hit with the stick and sent up and into the netting. 8:52 left to go in period number 1. There were 5 shots on that Red Raider power play, so honestly, one of the better looks that we've seen from the Red Raiders on the power play. That is an area in which they have struggled of late. But with 8:52 left to go in period number 1, we remain scoreless at 0-0. Ryan Lenahan to take this face off to the left side of the goaltender. And it'll be won by Walsh. Number 15, O'Poole, sends this one around. Teddy McGinnis holds up one Warrior along the boards, but now it's going to be number 15, O'Toole, moving it forward. O'Toole moving it forward. But he couldn't do much more with it. Now up to Sebi Juan. Bumped off the play. It'll go to the point for number 5, Coons. And now McGinnis going to wrap this one back around. Shaker really struggling on even strength to send it forward and clear it out of the zone. Here it's sent up to Sebi Juan. Juan loses it within his skates. And he just has to dump this one forward for Joey Moore to pick up in the corner. He's up against two Warriors, all in his lonesome. And the Warriors with numbers, 2 against 1 will win it and clear it out. Took an awkward bounce off the boards. McGinnis was at the point to try and keep it in, but it took an awkward bounce and just slid right through the center of that blue line. So now we're in the neutral zone. It's with number 19. Number 19, that is Andrew Holcomb, the assistant captain for Walsh Jesuit. Shaker will dump this one down, and we will get a face-off off of the icing. First line of offense is back out. That means we've got the two seniors of Will Brocon, Sammy Gerber, and we've got the sophomore, the only sophomore, I believe, still on this team. There, it bangs off the iron. The referee calls it off. We got the goal horn, but we play on. 7:38 left to go. The clock isn't running. And so we'll see what's happening with the clock. They now start. We play on. An awkward occurrence there. You could hear it cling off the iron. And Shaker moving it forward. Richard sends this one forward. He did beat Michael better, but you can't beat the iron. Here's a shot. Good defense by Quentin Garnett. He holds on to it behind the net. It's 2v2 Connor Mayhew and Quentin Garnett up against two Warriors of Walsh Jesuit. Dalton keeping it at the point. That's Jagger Dalton. He's also an assistant captain for this Walsh squad. Now it's with the freshman Cole Richard. He'll drop it off to Garnett. Garnett to Gerber. Gerber just can't clear it out. Shaker really struggling at this point to clear it out of their zone. Here's a shot. Low percentage. He was all the way along that goal line. Now the captain, number 11, Dominic Sorelli. Shot. That goes wide. That's shot by number 4, Heckman. Now along the boards. Once again, a battle for it. Can Connor Mayhew poke it out? He can't, but with the help of the captain, Sammy Gerber, they will eventually get it all the way down to the Walsh Jesuit side. Oh, great cross-ice pass. There's a shot from Connor Mayhew and a good glove save from the goaltender. .6:22 to go in period number 1. We're still scoreless. Colin Arth to take this face-off. We'll see what the freshman can do here. Face-off one. Jonathan Kalergis will take the shot off the draw. It's blocked with a leg covered in brown socks. Brown and yellow still what Walsh Jesuit will wear. Surprisingly, I believe the away team in their hosting tournament. Looking for passes number 20. Can he find anyone? He cannot. Coons sends this one around the boards. Who will get there first? It'll be one Walsh Jesuit Warrior, but Cam Mayhew's going to bump him off the play. Shaker just struggling. Got to clear it out of the zone. 5:45 to go in period number 1. Here's a pass right to the slot. Takes a shot, and that goes just wide. That was close. Still kept in. It's with Sprinzel trying to poke it out. Both Ian Hunter and Jonathan Kalergis, nothing doing. This one's cleared down the ice. We've got a hand raise and the whistle and the icing call with 5.5 left to go in period number 1. Once again, we are scoreless at 0-0. We had an interesting series of events there. Playing off the iron, off of that good shot from the point from Walsh. However, it was called off, yet the goal horn sounded here at the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. Luckily, the referees stuck to what they had originally called, and we played on in that series of ice hockey. Here we go, behind the net. Struggling to keep the puck possession there was Sebi Juan. That second line is currently out. Joey Moore and Lenahan, the other two forwards, out with Juan. Now here's cross-ice pass. It's picked up by O'Toole. O'Toole will go back to the other side of the ice. No one's home. However, number 42 going to win the race there behind the net of Michael Better. It's poked away. Joey Moore takes control over it. Pass to Juan. Juan can't keep it either. Now back into the Red Raider defensive zone we go. Walsh going to pick up a couple changes. We'll see what Shaker can do the other way. It's only a 2-on-5. All Warriors are in the defensive zone already. And can Shaker get anything set up here? Number 24, Vanagon. He's the one Walsh Jesuit Warrior has committed a penalty. The other penalty of the game committed by Will Brokaw of Shaker Heights. 4 minutes left to go in period number 1. Still a scoreless game. This one's off the glass, perhaps looking for a shot, if it was a shot. It was wide to the left of that left post. At the point, Mayhew cannot keep it in. And in the neutral zone, fighting to keep puck possession is Will Brokaw. Brokaw skates it in along the left wing. Bumped off the play, but he'll stick with it. Great play by Brokaw. Here's a centering pass over to Sammy Gerber, and then it's cleared. Great setup of a play from Cole Richard and Sammy Gerber. Just not able to continue the play forward. And head coach Matt Bartley going to leave that first line of offense out, but he will send out the second line of defense. That makes up Cam Mayhew and Jonathan Kalergis. 3:31 to go in period number 1. Taking the face-off will once again be the sophomore, Connor Mayhew. Jonathan Kalergis. It'll hit off the glass. He's struggling to keep it in. The strength of Pulley will move it all the way to the neutral zone, and eventually Walsh Jesuit will take it into their offensive zone, up to the point. Good poke out by Connor Mayhew. It'll escape all the way to the opposite side of the ice to the Walsh Jesuit defensive zone. Sammy Gerber trying to lay the body on number 16, Sprinsel, nothing do it. Along the blue line, Lenahan's going to take it out of the scrum along the boards, and that pass is just blocked. He was looking to go through the air. Into Connor Mayhew. There, a shot from Pulley and a good glove save with the left hand. Michael Better will reel it in, and he keeps this a tied game at 0-0. Ryan Lenahan to take this face off. He's up against O'Toole, number 15 of Walsh. Face off won by O'Toole, but it'll escape all the way to the zone. It was between the two defensemen behind him, and neither one of them could extend the distance to pick it up and keep it in. So they all touch up. Here's a shot, and once again a good save by Michael Better. We can expect Nico Daenerys to get the start tomorrow against Rocky River. I believe those two schools played earlier in the season. That was in the Thornton Park tournament earlier in November, but Rocky River did come away with the victory, and they came away with the victory of the tournament. They were able to beat Bowling Green to clinch that victory. Here's Ryan Lenahan working with Sebi Juan. What can Lenahan do? He'll center it over to Juan. He's tripped up. No call. Out in front of the net. Puck didn't get to him regardless. And now we go the other way. For the moment, it's number 13. That's Kyle Bankston. Now number 19, Holcomb creates a chance, and he was looking to center it over. Dalton has a shot. Good rebound chance, nothing to it. Joey Moore just trying to poke it out. Can't just yet. Sorelli keeps it in. Here's a shot. And good save. Not sure if that went over the net or if Michael Better got a piece of that. I believe it was the latter. Better got a piece of that. 90 seconds left to go in period number 1. It's still scoreless. Ryan Lenahan battling to send it over to Sebi Juan. Nothing doing. Sent all the way up to the blue line. Here's a shot, and it's blocked. And now a rough hit on Juan. And it's going to be number 11 heading to the box. That's Dominic Sorelli. Or Soleri. Excuse me. I believe I've been calling him Sorelli. I meant Soleri. And the assistant captain, the captain, not exactly being the best of role models. He's heading to the box himself. And we will see what Shaker can do in the final 80 seconds of this one. If they don't get anything going before the end of the period, they will carry this power play over to the second. Quentin Garnett sends it over to Mayhew. Mayhew. It's tipped out in front. It's still loose. And it will escape. Thought the goalie might have covered that one up, but he was just barely able to hang on to it for a faceoff. Here's a shot from Sammy Gerber. Just goes over the crease and wider than it. Here's a wraparound chance. Is it in? Not just yet. Oh, Shaker's got great opportunities so far in this power play. Here we go, cross ice. Connor Mayhew. He'll wind up taking a shot, and it's blocked by number 24, Vanagon. And will it be cleared out? It will be. Number 7, Sprang moves it forward. He's got one man to beat, and it's Sammy Gerber taken down to the ice. Great play from Shaker. 25 seconds left to go. Sammy Gerber hangs onto it behind the net. He'll just get it out to Quentin Garnett. Garnett holds onto it. He'll move it forward. He keeps the puck on his stick, moves through 2 Warriors, looking for a pass all the way over to Will Brokaw. He was looking to go from one side of the net to the other. Brokaw keeping it inside the blue line. 6 seconds left to go. This one's sent all the way around the boards. 4 seconds. Time for a final shot. Garnett winds up, takes a shot. And we get the save at the buzzer. Good aggressive power play there from the Red Raiders. They just weren't able to capitalize before that clock hit 0, but lucky for you, we are only through 15 minutes. We've still got 30 more. Shaker up against their rival, Walsh Jesuit. Shaker entering in 13th in the state, Walsh 23rd. We've got a good game for you so far. So far, a defensive battle, 0-0 your score. Shaker Heights has something to prove. They really...
I got it.
Good Lord, our apologies for that. Bit of a technical difficulty, if you may, but either way, we've got our ice cuts, the Zamboni making its rounds. We will be waiting for our second period. We've still got 30 minutes left of ice hockey as Shaker is tied 0-0 heading into the first intermission. My name is Vaughn Ullum. Thank you very much for tuning in. We will see you after the Zamboni finishes up. Welcome back, Shaker Heights hockey fans, to the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. We've got 15 minutes of the middle second period frame for you. And as the puck is dropped, Shaker will take control over it in their own defensive zone. Will Brokaw skating it out. Shaker looking to get right back to work on the power play. We've got 20 seconds now left on number 11's penalty of Walsh Jesuit from the captain, Solari. Up to the point, Garnett looking for a shot. The lane closes quickly. Now here he moves over to the left, or excuse me, to his right, that middle of the blue line. However, the shot is blocked. And the man is out of the box. Lenahan rips one shot and a glove save. So that quickly takes out the power play chance for the Red Raiders. However, they have been looking much better on the power play of late, just a lot more aggressive, and that's what you need from this squad. This one moves all the way back into the Raiders zone. Solari out of the box, looking for a chance. He can't work against the freshman Cam Mayhew. And that shot is blocked. Now all the way up. He's looking to Aiden Salmon. Salmon can't stick with it. 13:50 left to go in period number 2 in a still scoreless game. 0-0 is your score. Michael Better going to cover this one up for the faceoff. So Shaker, for that first period, won the faceoffs 8-7. We'll see if that streak continues. In shots on goal, actually even 12-12. Shot attempts 18-12. Walsh only having a 66.6 percentage rate when it comes to whether they can hit the goal or not. All of Shaker's shots did actually go on goal. So credit to them for that. This one moving forward. Number 6 will pick it up. Or excuse me, number 5, Coons will pick it up for Walsh and dump it off the glass. And Shaker clears this one out. Who will win the race? Will it be number 19, Sebi Juan, or number 13? Oh, that's a rough hit. And it looks like he'll get called. It's an interference. It'll be on number 13, Kyle Bankston. And he's heading to the box. 4-2. So Shaker going to pick up right back on that power play, and so we'll see if they can convert this time around. However, not a great start. Lenahan can't win the faceoff, but a good start as Walsh Jesuit can't clear it out. Joey Moore has it along the boards, back up to the point. Quentin Garnett, great poke by number 11, Solari. Now here's a good chance for Sammy Gerber. He'll take a shot and a good glove save from number 31, the goaltender once again, Josh Ellenberger, the junior goaltender for this Walsh squad, will make another glove save. Face off, this time once again won by the Warriors. Quentin Garnett just not keep it in. And it's going to be a delayed offside. Shaker touches up in the neutral zone. Will Brokaw a bit too aggressive as it was still offsides. Walsh will clear it anyway, so it doesn't exactly matter on the delayed offsides. 12:30 left to go in period number 2. 1:20 left to go on 13's penalty. Kyle Bankston, a defenseman, off of that interference. Joey Moore working it along the boards. He'll send it to Will Brokaw. Tripping up was Quentin Garnett, and as he falls down, not able to pick up the puck cleanly. But Shaker will set up in the offensive zone. Somehow that gets through the traffic. Great chance there for Shaker, but a better save. Here's a chance for Brokaw. He takes the shot and he scores. Off the shot, he was hit, but regardless, he will be able to find the back of the net and bury it home. Shaker takes the lead. It's 1-0. Just about 3 minutes into period number 2. We've got 12:04 to go here in the second. And Colin Arth out with the third line of offense now. the defensive pairing, Cam Mayhew and Kalergis. That's that second line. Along the boards, can they keep it inside the blue line? They cannot. Can this third line do something and perhaps double this lead to 2? It's a tough task for this third line. Maybe they can do it. So far, the fourth line has not been out at all. I don't believe any of those players have touched the ice just yet. Looking for a centering pass, nothing doing. O'Toole laying on the ice, and then somehow it glides over to number 45, Ethan Gallo, but the puck glides up and into the netting off the shot. $11:33 left to go in the second period of play. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Vaughn Ullum. 1-0 is your score. Scoreboard is yet to be updated. There's a shot off the draw and a good save by Michael Better. First shot on goal for Walsh Jesuit in this period. Benincasa sends this one around to Joey Moore. He'll pick it up and move it forward. Over to Ryan Lenahan. Lenahan's working out there with Sebi Juan. And once again, Moore. 2 sophomores and a freshman. Juan, Lenahan looking to center it over to either Benincasa or Joey Moore. Neither of them able to find it. McGinnis and Benincasa make up that third line of defense. Sebi Juan. Back to the point. He finds Benincasa. Benincasa point to point. McGinnis, great pass. McGinnis will pick it up. Shot, and that will be blocked by Coombs. Number 26, Ryan Lenahan hangs along the boards. There's a cross-ice pass. Won't connect to Benincasa. Benincasa centers it to no one but Sprang, number 7 of Walsh. Sprang moving it forward. Circles right around Juan. Sprang will take it into the corner. Can he center it? He cannot. Juan picks it up. Looks to move it up to Lenahan. It's just out of his reach. Walsh keeps it in. Sprang centers it over. And now all the way up to number 24. That's Nick Vanagan. He had that first penalty for Walsh earlier in the first period, and he had some great high-quality shots earlier in that first period as well. They're sending pass right to number 24 of Shaker. That's Joey Moore. 24 of Walsh picks it up, and a good centering pass will bury it home. Good setup by Vanagan. And the one to actually bury it is going to be number 7. That's Sprang, Keegan Sprang, the defenseman. Joey Moore couldn't stick with it. Easy poke check for Vanagan. And they have tied this one up at 1 apiece. 10:05 left to go in period number 2 after a scoreless first. Within 5 minutes of the second, they're tied at 1. Quinn Garnett can't stick with it along the boards. Solari looking to center it over. Oh my goodness, that one just bumped by Cole Richard, and due to that, it almost went on net. Luckily, it had not. 9:50 to go in the second. Here's a shot from the point and a good glove save from the junior Michael Better. Quickly, a much more tense environment. And now that one cleared up and into the netting. Brokaw was working up against number 4, Jonathan Heckman. And as it was Walsh to clear it, at first, the referees were going to take this face-off all the way to the neutral zone along that Red Raider blue line. Now they move it back into the Red Raider defensive zone. Heckman takes another shot. It's blocked with the stick of Will Brokaw, and up into the netting we go. 9:31 to go in period number 2. Here's a shot from Heckman once again, and he just cannot seem to hit the net. Here Mayhew's moving this one forward. He's working along number 24, Vanagan. Oh, great chance there from Connor Mayhew, just not able to finish off the move. Solari working with Dalton. He can't find the centering pass back to 12, Dalton. He'll take a shot. Low percentage. He was along that goal line. Now Vanagan. Solari. He can't connect. Here's a 2-1-2 rush. Garnett moving it forward. He'll take the shot as he enters inside of the blue line. And a good glove save from Josh Ellenberger. Ellenberger backed up by Nathan Lombard, the sophomore. Perhaps we'll see him later this season in GLHL play, but for now it is that junior. No senior goaltender on the starting lineup for the men of brown and yellow. Here's a great chance created by Arth. He'll take a shot looking for a rebound, and that can't find its way through. Walsh going to take the chance to clear it out. Cam Mayhew picks it up, wraps this one around, delayed offsides. They touch up. Ian Hunter out there with Salmon and Arth. Salmon in the corner. Going to center it over to Hunter. Second chance, and it's blocked once again by Coons. Coons hangs onto it. Behind the net, wraps this around. He'll find number 42. That's Jack Stahl. And in the neutral zone, Shaker struggling to keep a setup going. Here's Arth with a shot and a good glove save. Might have been too high regardless. But the goaltender, Ellenberger, going to take the chance to have the more secure option of just hanging on to the puck. Michael Better on the other end, skating out, perhaps getting a couple stretches in before he's faced with some more shots. He's backed up by Nico Daenerys, the senior goaltender, who's had a great set of performances ever since his play in Bowling Green State University in that tournament against the Olentangy Braves, where he shut them out. He has been on a tear in the crease. Here's a shot. It goes wide. Michael Better didn't really need to get a piece of that one. But on that note, shout out to Bowling Green State University. They play their bowl this week in the Quick Lane Bowl against Minnesota, but here's a chance created by Shaker. Here's a shot by Juan. Another chance. That time for more. Benincasa moving into the slot. Joey Moore almost had a chance to put it home as well. There's another chance for three-player. Not able to bury it. And this one's cleared out and over the boards. And we will get a face-off, I believe, all the way back to the Walsh zone. 7:21 to go in period number 2. What a much more tense period this has become. This face-off. One by Shaker. Cole Richard looks to go point to point. It's blocked. Here's a shot from Sammy Gerber. Won't find its way to the net. Gerber out there with the rest of line 1. That's Brocon. Mayhew as forwards as well. The defensive pairing. That's line number 1 as well, actually. Quentin Garnett and Cole Richard. Out of the scrum along the boards. Walsh will pick it up from Connor Mayhew. Holcomb goes cross ice to 13. Bankston. Now here's a shot all the way from, I believe, Solari. Another shot. Tipped out in front. Rebound chance. And able to bury it is number 19, Andrew Holcomb. The assistant captain takes the second chance. And there you go. 6:43 left to go in the second period. Walsh finds themselves down 0-1, and now it's 2-1. Advantage the brown and yellow. We'll see if the Warriors can hang on to this 1-goal lead, or if Shaker responds just as well as Walsh had. Into the corner. Ian Hunter working with Cam Mayhew. Mayhew bumped off the play. Surprised no call. Wasn't really on the puck. Now into the corner. Goes to Salmon. Salmon has a man all the way forward. Now it's a 2-on-1. Ian Hunter back with Colin Arth. He'll rip a shot himself. And Hunter's shot is saved. Good glove save once again by Ellenberger. 2-1 remains your score. Walsh on top. Moore taking this face off. He's out with the second line of offense. Juan and Lenahan out as well. Here's a chance created by Spring. He's got a goal already in this one. And there's a second. A beauty of a dangle around Michael Better, and he just couldn't keep up with him. And quickly, this has become a 1-goal lead for Shaker, and it has become a 2-goal lead for Walsh. 3-1 is your score. The Warriors lead. Quickly a different type of energy. It's now all brown and yellow at the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. This has moved up. It's Dalton looking to extend that lead to 3, just not able to do so. It'll glide into the corner. Joey Moore looking for a chance of his own. He can't win the race. Dalton will. Sends this one into the neutral zone. Holcomb, he had that goal moments ago. Spring had the other 2. He's the one that had that last goal. 5:25 left to go in this second period. For the moment, it's all Walsh. Dalton drops this one back. Holcomb takes his shot. Bit of incidental contact in the middle of the zone. Now it's Vanagan. Now all the way up. Shaker struggling to create a chance of their own. Benincasa moves it forward. It's a 3-on-2 rush. Now to Joey Moore. Moore looks to center it back in. No one home. Benincasa was tied up. First line of offense looks to join the play as Brokaw is out there. Sammy Gerber joins the play, and out comes Mayhew. Here's a shot. Good block from Brokaw, and a hit from him as well. Here's a 3-on-1. It's Mayhew, and it's Gerber. Mayhew tries to center it over to Sammy Gerber. Just cannot connect. Mayhew maybe would have had a better opportunity if he had just ripped the shot himself. Fortunately, he did not pull the trigger. Instead, he sent it over. Gerber couldn't find it. That clearing attempt right over the glass and into the netting. We will await a face-off in the Walsh zone. 4:20 to go in this second period. 3-1 is your score. Walsh defending their host tournament well and their home barn well. The Brunswick Auto Mart Arena, one of the colder arenas up here in Northeast Ohio. Sprang sends this around the boards to Bankston. Hunter tries to bump him off the play, nothing doing. Now, rough contact between Bankston and Salmon. Luckily, neither player is exactly injured. Now Salmon looking to center it over to Hunter. It's much out of his reach. Third line of offense struggling to do something. Here's a shot blocked by Hunter. Now moves it over to Colin Arth and take back what I said. Line 3 gets a goal of their own. A great pass over to Colin Arth, and the freshman pops one here in Game 1 of the Walsh Greg Shupe Memorial Tournament. That sets us back to a 1-goal game, cut the deficit down by a half. 3-2. Walsh is on top, but Shaker now has a little bit of momentum to work off of. That first line of forwards back out. 3:46 to go in the second. Mayhew taking the face off. He's up against O'Toole. And O'Toole's going to win this back to his co-defenseman in that pass, who's looking to bank it off the glass, but instead sends it all the way up into the bench of Shaker. Luckily, no player is injured. All right, I don't believe any player was hit either on that Red Raider bench, so moral of the story, everyone is all right. 3:30 to go in the second period. Now it looks as though this was played with a high stick. .332 to go in the second. Walsh leads by 1. 3-2 is your score. Face-off won by Mayhew. Cam Mayhew is going to pick it up behind Connor. First line of offense remains out for Shaker. the line of defense, that second pairing. And is this one going to go as an icing? It will. We get the whistle. And we're going to go all the way back to the other side of the ice. Once again, we apologize for the camera work here in this one. We understand the connection isn't exactly ideal in the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. Hopefully better camera quality, however, than what we saw in those last couple of games on one side of the ice. Hopefully this is a little better. Quentin Garnett sends this one around the boards. Coons can't keep it in. Icing is waved off. Two Raiders looking to win the race there. Can they? They cannot. Instead, getting there first is going to be Kyle Bankston. Quentin Garnett just keeping in for Joey Moore to take a shot, and it goes wide to the left. 2:50 to go in the second. Walsh going to take it the other way. It's Coons skating against the freshman Cole Richard. He'll win it there. And now a great centering pass, and that's just blocked with the skate of Quentin Garnett. My goodness, here's another center. And that's going to hit off the stick of Michael Better and glide all the way into the neutral zone. My goodness, that's just what seems like pure luck for Shaker. Garnett skate right in the way. Just not able to bury it. Tough break for the Walsh Jesuit Warriors. Now that pass going to go awry. Oof, will it go on net? Yes, it will. Icing waved off. Michael just going to hang on to this one. Face-off is upcoming on his side of the ice. (3-2) your score. Walsh still leads. But now it's only by a goal. Colin Arth had that last goal for Shaker. Brokaw had the first one earlier in the period. That first period, scoreless. This one contained 5 goals. And now we are here. Here's a 2-on-1 developing for Shaker. Mayhew moves it up to Sammy Gerber, and he'll bury it! He'll take it over to the forehand and bury it over on the left side to the right side of the goaltender. And he'll just sneak it through and tie this one up at 3 apiece. 2:02 to go in the second. And Shaker has now tied this one up. Momentum has been every which way in this second period. But we've still got 2 minutes to go. Benincasa moves this one up to Mayhew. Mayhew centers this one over to Brokaw. He can't get a good shot off. But now it's back to Brokaw. Brokaw to Gerber. Gerber rips another shot, but it's blocked. And now the captain, Solari, banks it off the boards. Calaire's just going to win the race there. 100 seconds left to go in the second. This pass all the way up to Sammy Gerber. He's got one man to work with. He'll wait for Connor Mayhew, send it over to Mayhew. He'll take the shot. And that might have been tipped up. And into the netting we go. Great chance there for Shaker once again to maybe even take the lead by 1. They found themselves up by 1. They find themselves down 2. And now they're tied at 3 apiece. Once again, really, this momentum has been all over in this second period. Started off just the way Shaker had wanted. Here's the centering pass to Moore. Shot goes wide. Lenahan centers it forward. Nothing doing. 1:10 to go in this second period. Ian Hunter just going to dump this one into the Walsh zone. Hunter out there with the remainder of that second line. Here's a shot by Garnett, and a good save. As Ellenberger drops down into the butterfly and waits for the whistle. 56.7 seconds left to go in this second period of action. Thank you very much for joining us here at the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. My name is Vaughn Ullum. Hope you're enjoying this just as much as we are in Strongsville. Brokaw can't keep this. Oh, he can't keep it inside the blue line. It looked as though Walsh had got a chance, and now that hit. Benincasa just shakes this one off. He wanted to take that shot regardless, but now it looks like we might have an injured player down along that blue line. The man that Benincasa took down. Now the referee's talking this one over. The Walsh Jesuit trainers coming out as well. And as they attend to the man down along the blue line, we're going to take a short break. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see how this one plays out. 3-3 is your score. Shaker versus Walsh. "51 seconds left to go. The injured man was Sprang. Keegan Sprang, the defenseman that actually got 2 goals in this one. The other goal for Walsh Jesuit was scored earlier in that second period, I believe by Dominic Soleri. Or excuse me, no, it was Andrew Holcomb, the forward, the junior, the captain. And now it looks like they're marking this one as a 5-minute major. My goodness. Heckman moves this one forward. The captain takes a shot and a good glove save by Michael Better. Wow, 5-minute major. That's just a surprise to, I think, a lot of these Red Raider supporters in the stands. I believe that was also a surprise to the Walsh fans. However, they're going to take it as it will help their team no matter what. A bad pass clears this one all the way to the Walsh defensive zone. Moving this one forward is going to be number 4. That's Jonathan Heckman. And they'll wrap it around the boards to Dalton. Dalton held up by Kalergis. And now, Holcomb tries to find the puck, but in doing so, trips himself up. Here's a center, and Kaleri could not get a good shot off. Shaker clears this one down, and that will conclude this second period of play. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's been an exciting period. 3 goals by each side after a scoreless first. That's what you'd like on the offensive side of things. However, not exactly the best of conclusions as Benincasa takes a major penalty, and now you can see at center ice head coach Matt Bartley talking to the referees about that call, you can assume. But for now, Shaker will be preparing for that 4 minutes and 10 seconds of penalty kill. When we come back, that's what the third period will start with. And after that, we'll see what Shaker can manage to do on offense as well. But for now, we're going to take a break. Please enjoy your second intermission. Happy holidays from the Shaker hockey family. We will see you for the final 15 minutes of this one. Welcome back, Shaker Heights Varsity hockey fans, to the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. Walsh going to win this face-off to begin period number 3. For that first period, a scoreless game entering into the first intermission. However, entering into the second intermission, a very different story. It's still a tied game, but 3-3 is your score. As Shaker dumps this one all the way down. Icing is waved off. Sammy Gerber going to fight for puck possession, and he'll get it. Can he stick with it, though? He cannot. Number 4, Heckman going to come out with it and send it up to the assistant captain, Dalton. Dalton rips one shot, and a good save by Michael Better. Shot right at his stomach, but we'll give him the credit for the good save. So, for the moment, Shaker in those first 2 periods led the face-offs 23-18. And shot attempts, they did lose only by 1, 30-29, but the shots on goal, 26-20, advantage Shaker. Shaker, forgot to mention, still on that penalty kill off of Andy Benencasa's mage penalty that was assessed to him at the end of the period. An unfortunate and also rather surprising call, as Sprang, the guy who actually was supposedly injured on that play, is out and on the power play here. Sprang was down for about a couple minutes. Now he's back. He's scored 2 in this game thus forth. And Andrew Holcomb, the assistant captain for Walsh, grabbed the other. Here it's Coons behind the net, skating with it. He'll dump it off to Sprang. He's a defenseman, Sprang, but he's got those 2 goals. Surprising output of offense from number 7. Here's a good block shot by Moore, and great poke check to force him to hesitate on another shot. Now back to Coons at the point. Will he go point to point? He will indeed. That pass, not able to ripple one-timer. That's what he was expecting to do. Here's a shot, almost snuck through the 5-hole. Michael Better, however, will cover it and be on top of this one. I believe this tournament is a period-by-period scoring tournament. It's what we saw in Padua. It's what we saw in Bowling Green. Meaning that if you win a period, you'll get 1 point for your scoring, and if you win the game, you get 2 points for your scoring. And if you tie a period, you get half a point. So I believe that's how this is going. If that is the case, there's a good save by Michael Better. A shot from Van Tegen all the way from the point. He had a great setup on that Holcomb goal to get that second goal for Walsh Jesuit. But as I was saying, if that is the case, both of these teams have got 1 singular point. They've gotten half a point each for the first 2 periods. And now it's all up in the air. They might be splitting this one if it ends in a tie. I don't believe we go to any sort of overtime. We'll save that for the Cleveland Cup and for GLHL play later in the season. Shaker's still always the team that schedules their GLHL games for later in the season. Here, Shaker dumps this one back into the Walsh zone. But Shaker's first league game comes after New Year's. That league game going to be against, I believe, Gilmore Academy on January 6th, and they head into rivalry territory to Cleveland Heights to face University School. Here's a rebound chance. Saved by Michael Better. .53 seconds left to go on Andy Benencasa's major penalty. Shaker's just been absolutely phenomenal on the penalty kill so far. They've kept Walsh Jesuit to 0 for 1. That came from that first period, and they held Findlay in their last game to 0 for 6. Here's a shot, and it's saved by Michael Better once again. An easy save for number 32. 6 shots this period so far for the men of brown and yellow on the power play, just not able to find the back of the net. Good clears by the men of white and red. Here, point to point. Sprang takes a shot, looking for a tip out in front, and now it's still loose. And the whistle blows as Better covers it up. And 42 seconds left to go. But yes, I was correct. Saturday, January 6th, mark that as on your calendar. It will be a GLHL game, the first for Shaker to go to the standings of the Cleveland Cup later in the year. That will be played right back here at the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. That is because Padua and Walsh both play at this rink, so they have earned the right to host that in this barn. Great work by Sammy Gerber, almost created an offensive chance of his own. This one, a good save by Better once again. Now it's wrapped all the way around to eventually be picked up by Pulley. Number 20 goes into the corner, drops it off. 16 back up to the point for number 5. Coons rips one shot. Gerber just going to dump this one all the way down. 3 seconds left to go on Benincas's penalty, and he is right out of the box. Great major penalty kill for the Red Raiders. They keep this a 3-3 game. Still yet to give up, I believe, any goals on major penalties throughout the season. I do believe. 10:30 left to go in the final period of play. Perhaps this is the momentum Shaker needed to put up some goals to put this game into the win column. Here it's Solari. Sends this off the backhand to Dalton. Dalton struggles to keep the puck on his stick. It's played with a high stick. If Walsh touches up, they will not. Lenahan moves it forward. Cross ice to Cole Richard. Can't pick it up cleanly, but he'll take it off the boards and dump this to the corner. Then Teagan sends that back into that same corner. Joey Moore working on the assistant captain Dalton. And now he takes the man down with him. Plays his physical game of ice hockey, the game you know and love. 9:40 left to go in the third and final period. Joey Moore picks it up. It'll kick off the referee's skate and right to a Warrior. There, a shot all the way from center ice. Dalton takes it off the save, looking to center it. No one home. And going to clear it out eventually is Cole Richard. Third line of offense is now out in the form of Hunter, Arth, and Salmon. Gallo sends it up to the net, right onto the stick of a Raider in front of the shot. Now Benincasa, he's the guy with the major penalty. He'll send it cross ice to the assistant captain, Ian Hunter, and off the backhand, immediately intercepted right back by Gallo. Gallo with a shot. And Michael Better just going to hang on to this one in the name of security. 8:49 left to go in this third and final period. 3-3 is still your score. It's a tied game. And we will see if Shaker can keep winning faceoffs. Through those first two periods, it was it's rare occurrences in two different ways. Shaker was winning the faceoffs, and they were taking less penalties than the opponent as well. Just not exactly something you often see from the Raiders. Cross ice. He goes to Mayhew. Mayhew takes a shot and a good save by Ellenberger. Tries to center it back to the captain. Nothing to it. Cam Mayhew keeps it in. This one's wrapped around the boards. Picked up by number 20 of Walsh, and that's Connor Pulley. Now 2-on-2. Will Brokaw works with it. He'll take a shot and a good save. Once again, it's Ellenberger. Josh Ellenberger, number 31. Keeps this a tied game. This is a great game here at the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. Once again, not a GLHL game. This will not go into the standings of the Cleveland Cup, but this is always something to be remembered by the two schools. This face-off won by Walsh. They'll take it forward. Number 13, Bankston, takes it up. He'll take a shot, and it's blocked by Cam Mayhew. It'll be sent into the back of the net. And oh no, Michael Better lost his water bottle. Here's a shot. Good block from Sebi Juan. Second line of offense currently out. Off the glass. Coons will pick it up. Lenahan cleared it out. And now it's Coons moving it back up the right wing. into the corner. All up to Sprang. Sprang back to that same corner. Sprang, that defenseman with 2 goals. Can Joey Moore win the race there? Yes, he can. It's 1 against 1. He'll move it up, but as he's bumped off the play, Coons will move it forward, and rough penalty. They're going to nab Joey Moore on that. And as Cole Richard touches up, they're going to call a cross-check on Joey Moore. He leads penalties for this team. And there's one more, an in-character play from number 24. 7:15.
Now in the third quarter, they're winning face-off.
This time it is only a minor penalty, but Shaker not exactly wanting this to occur, as they just want to get some offense going. Here's a shot, and there's a goal for Van Degen. Number 24, been calling his number all night long. And they're 4 seconds into Joey Moore's penalty. They will pop one and make this a 1-goal game. 4-3 is your score. Walsh on top. 7:11 left to go in the game. The first line of offense comes out. We could really use them now. Face off. One back by Shaker. Teddy McGinnis sends it up to Sammy Gerber, and he's held up against the boards. Mayhew picks it up. Mayhew working with Brokaw. Brokaw can't receive the pass cleanly. It'll go into the corner along the boards. Benincasa works for the puck. And out with it will be Mayhew. Mayhew to center it to Gerber, and won't connect. Looks to send this one back up. Mayhew doesn't have a rebound chance. 6:45 to go in the third. First line of forwards stays out. Benincasa actually stays out as well. McGinnis going to hop off. Killer just is in replacement. 4-3, your score. Walsh on top. Face off, one by Mayhew. Looking for a shot, and that's blocked by 13. That's once again Kyle Bankston. And good hit along the boards. Mayhew was looking for physical play. Now it's with Poley. Poley, good play once again. Will Brokaw creating a lot of good turnovers for his team. Now he's going to hop off after he's done a good job. Sammy Gerber and Connor Mayhew remain out there as forwards for the Red Raiders. Trying to clear it. It's picked up by Sprang, the defenseman in brown and yellow. Great play created by Mayhew. Does he have a centering pass? He doesn't, but he takes a shot and it's in! How does that happen? 6 minutes left to go in the third. How does that sneak its way through? A fluky little goal for the sophomore Connor Mayhew. And wow, felt like he was along the goal line over there. And that's just why you take shots. Something that we've been saying throughout the season. Something that has been spoken about between some of the parents and fans, that Shaker just needs to take some more shots. And it is high school hockey, even in the professional level. Lucky shots do happen. And that's just why sometimes you just want to take some shots. And there, Connor Mayhew does exactly that. And it turns out as a good goal for the Raiders, and we're back to even. This time it's 4-4. There, Caleri sends this one around. It's either Solari or Caleri. Don't exactly have a pronunciation sheet in front of me. My apologies. 5:15 to go in period number 3. This is a great game here at the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena between two rivals, two familiar opponents in the Great Lakes Hockey League. Connor Mayhew picks this one up. He's behind the net. Shaker has not had a lead in this game since 1-0. That was early in that second period. Now here's a 3-on-2 rush, and Sammy Gerber went off for a change. It's Quentin Garnett with Will Brokaw. Good pass to Brokaw. He couldn't have a good shot off. He's up against 3 Warriors, and a great centering pass over to Lenny, and he couldn't rip a shot off. Moore sends this to the point for Kalergis. Kalergis wraps this one back around. Lenahan's going to be the man to pick it up. Walsh looks a little winded. Not as much of a pep in their step. And Teagan banks this off the boards to number 4. He'll clear it. Number 4, that's Jonathan Ekman. 4-12. Icing is waved off. Dalton up against Moore along the boards. Moore will take it out. Dalton was trying to kick it away from him, but Moore will use the stick. Kalergis off the boards. Gets it all the way to Sebi. It's just through the legs and off the skate. Oh, that was just close. Here's a shot from Lenahan, and oh, great chance for the Raiders. Juan sends this back to Lenahan. He'll take a shot, and that one goes wide. I believe that was tipped once again. Behind the net. Lenahan works against O'Toole. O'Toole wraps this around the boards. Richard can't get there to keep it in. Moore to Richard. Richard cross ice to Kalergis. Kalergis will skate it forward with Lenahan by his side. He'll dump it down. Lenahan is going to be the lone man for the Raiders to chase it as the rest of his team get a couple changes. Lenahan centers this to Sammy Gerber, and he'll take the shot and bury it. Shaker takes the lead. It's 5-4. And Shaker, they haven't led since 1-0 early in the second period. Now they'll take the lead with 3:08 to go in the third. Holy cow, 3:08 to go in the game. Walsh now going to play with a little bit more intensity, we can assume. Sprang looking for something of his own. Michael Better hugging that left post. He's got a man right in front of him in his crease. He will get up eventually, but Sprang was creating a bit of a difficult situation. Here it's Colin Arth looking to move it forward. It's just delayed offsides. 2:44 to go. In the final period, moving it forward is going to be Heckman. He'll send it off the glass and all the way around the boards for Benincasa to pick up. And he'll just send this one lightly into the neutral zone. Good stick work by Arth. He'll get it to Hunter. Hunter whiffs on a clear out to the Walsh zone. Salmon keeps Van Teegen pressured. And now it's Heckman back with it. Wrapping this one around the boards. Sprang is going to be the man he was looking for. Benincasa gets there first. 2v2, 2 Raiders, 2 Warriors. Who comes out with it? Looks like it's going to be the Raiders, and yes, it will be. Gerber sends this one back to the neutral zone. Less than 2 minutes left to go in period number 3. Kalergis dumps this one down. Icing is off. You can assume Walsh going to pull their goalie somewhat soon. Van Teegen all the way down the ice. Good work by Kalergis to pick it up. It was Kaleri that he was looking for, the captain, and now Connor Mayhew. Oh, tripped up, no call. And Walsh takes it right back. 90 seconds left to go in the final period of play. Shaker's up by 1. 5-4 is your score. And there, a booming hit from Andrew Olcombe. Here's a chance for Will Brokoff. He hurries. And now he's taken down to the ice. Good physical job from the Warriors. And that looks as though it's going to be a shot on goal. And he'll just... it didn't count. It was offsides. 1:09 to go. Shaker hanging on to a lot of momentum at the moment. Face-off taken over by Walsh. Larry moves it forward. He's the captain of the team. He'll take a shot. Shaker just trying to clear it out now. Secondary chance. Galeri taken down off the shot. And now it's over to Dalton. Dalton drops it off to Holcomb. Holcomb, the Coons. Great stick check by Joey Moore. He'll dump this one down the ice. He was looking to the empty net, and it's just wide. Joey Moore looking to put this one away with an empty net goal, and it's just wide. Great chance, just barely missed the mark 47 seconds to go in the final period. What can they do? Mayhew's taking the face off, but now we've got a timeout, and we'll see what comes next. We're going to take a very short break. Shakers up by 1 in what has been a phenomenal ending of the game. 47 seconds left to go, and we'll cover those final seconds when we come back. Shaker up by 1 in Game 1 of the Walsh Greg Shupe Memorial Tournament. We'll be back. And thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum, here to cover the final 47 seconds of ice hockey here at the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. Shaker is up by 1 in a 5-4 score. Kaleri taking the face off against Will Brokaw. He'll win it. Walsh with an empty net on the other side of the ice. 6 attackers out for the men of brown and yellow. The captain, Kaleri has it. He'll dump it off to Van Tegen. And looking for a centering pass. It just went through all the skaters in front. It's still loose. Michael Better looking to get a hand on it, but eventually it'll end up behind the net. Now just trying to clear it out is Sammy Gerber. He's working against Sprang. Sprang had 2 goals for Walsh, and now Kaleri going to move it forward. Once again, it's 6 against 5. Empty net on the other side. Here's a centering pass. Still loose out in front, and eventually it'll skate back to the blue line. Shot made. Still loose in the slot. Here's a shot. Better's all over it. Now there's just a man laying down on the puck, and now there's just a scrum for it on the ice. We'll see what happens here. Now Van Tegen gonna take a shot, and it looks like he might have a penalty. Number 24 might be heading to the box. The clock shows 0. And now it looks like Brokaw's hurt down on the ice. And now the Walsh fans screaming for a penalty shot. Don't think that's going to be what occurs here. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. Head coach Matt Bartley talking it over with the referees. All Shaker and the referees. 5-4 is your score for the moment. Lenahan just taking some quick little skates around with the puck as he waits around. Scoreboard shows 0. And now we'll see what happens here. Looks like Shaker is just about done with this one. Or are they heading back to the bench? We're waiting on a verdict. Referee is discussing at the red line of center ice. And now it looks like we've got confirmation. And this one is concluded. The Walsh captain's not exactly satisfied. The assistant captain's going to speak about it now. But we've got our handshakes in the neutral zone. So an unfortunate conclusion for Walsh Jesuit, but a great output in the final period for Shaker. Scoreless game in the first period, 3 goals for each team in the second, and Shaker comes away with 2 while Walsh can only muster up 1 in the final period. 5-4 is your score. Shaker wins such an intense first game of the Walsh Greg Shupe Memorial Tournament. Walsh moves on to face Menor in tomorrow's slate of games. Shaker will play Rocky River around the same time as this game tomorrow. It'll be a 1:10 puck drop. At least that's what we are set for. The next game will be against Menor at 9:10 in the morning. It'll be an early morning then. But for now, we will see you at 1:10 tomorrow back here at the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. My name is Vaughn Ullum, and my goodness, Shaker wins this one by a score of 5-4 against the Warriors of Walsh Jesuit.